Hey everybody, and welcome back to Lindsey's Little Library. So somehow December is over. I don't know how that happened so quickly. But I thought I'd come on and tell you what I read in December. I have finished, as of this moment, I finished 4 books. I'm in the middle of, no, I finished 5 books. I'm in the middle of 3 books. So I'm hoping to get at least 2 of them done. There's still, you know, like 36 hours left. December. I can make it happen, right? All right, so let's talk about what I did read. How about that? All right, one of the first books I got, it's not even my first book, this is the last book I got done reading in December. It's Blood Oath by Melissa Lenhart. This is the second book in the Sawbones trilogy. It is a historical fiction trilogy that takes place mainly in Texas, I want to say, but it follows our main character, Laura. She is on the run. She has a bounty on her head. She allegedly killed one of her patients. She was studying to be a doctor. In New York, 1800s, it's not a very common thing, and she has to kind of give it all up and run away in order to save her life. She was framed for this murder, but it's the murder of a very rich, prominent person, so it's basically like, I can't try to fight it because I'm not going to win, so she runs. Oh my god, and I love this. It reminds me like Lonesome Dove-ish. It gives me just Old West vibes, and there's just so much that happens. It's fantastic. I love the second book. I gave it 4 stars. If you're into historical fiction and you like stories like that, I would highly suggest this trilogy. I had not heard of it before earlier this year. I want to say a subscriber recommended it to me, and yeah, I'm loving it. Another one I finished is Wondersmith. This is The Calling of Morgan Crow by Jessica Townsend, another second book in a series. I really wanted to get to Hollowpox, which is the 3rd book that just came out. Didn't quite get there this year, but that's okay. I made progress. I love these books. These books give me Harry Potter vibes. Do not think that they are like Harry Potter. They're not. There are similarities. You know, she's going to a school, she's going into this world she wasn't aware of. She's, I believe, 11 at the time. There's Magnificats in this book. They're these huge giant house cats that have their own personalities, and I want a Magnificat. Maybe Stormy is a Magnificat, I don't know. But it's a thrilling ride. It just gives me the same feelings I had while reading Harry Potter, reading these books. It's so awesome. I love them. I need my kids to read them, basically. I think I gave that 5 stars. Then I got into my like Christmas bookish vibe. I read Kristen Hanna's Comfort and Joy. Finally, I've had this book forever. I've been meaning to read it, and I was very pleasantly surprised with this book. I was expecting like cheesy Hallmark movie type of a story, but it really wasn't. And so it follows our main character, Joy. She's not in a great place. She's getting a divorce. Her either just recently ex-husband is now dating her sister, and her sister just found out she's pregnant, and they're getting married, so she kind of decides to just on a whim, she goes to buy a Christmas tree and is driving by the airport and decides to just get on a plane and leave. So she did, but the plane goes down and it crashes, and she survives, and she kind of has this opportunity to sort of, in a way, reinvent herself. So it's a really sweet story. There's a twist in here I didn't see coming. It's just, I don't know. It was a good book to read right before Christmas. It was great. I think, what did I give it? 4 stars? Yeah, 4 stars. And then I read this collection of short stories, The 12 Days of Book Club Miss. This came with my Once Upon a Book Club Advent calendar box, which I was sharing on Instagram. So it's 12 short stories, not necessarily Christmas, some are Christmas related, not all of them. And then I had 12 bookish gifts to open along the way. I would highly recommend doing this next year. This advent calendar was my favorite advent calendar of the year. It was fantastic. I got, I think, 3 or 4 books out of it. It was amazing. And these short stories were really, really sweet. I mean, and it came with, like, some of them had these little notes that came with them. It was really very interactive and very, very cute. One of the stories in here was about characters in a book, and they would hop to other books. It was so great. I really loved it. I guess I don't know how to rate short stories, a collection of short stories. Not all of them are fantastic, but somewhere. So I don't know, 3 stars. It's fine. But it was a really fun experience. I love doing that every day. So then let's talk about the books I'm kind of in the middle of. I am reading finally on my tablet again. I'm 80% of the way through The Book of Lost Friends by Lisa Wingate. And this is told in dual timelines. And it really follows the story of the Book of Lost Friends, or the Book of Lost Names. So shortly after the Civil War, newspapers started printing editorials basically for newly freed slaves looking for the rest of their family. So we're actually in the middle of one of our characters is looking for her family. And then the other timeline is like 1987 in this same city that this plantation is at. And we have our main character came there to help teach at a low-income school. And she's found herself being very interested in this plantation that she's living by and the history in it. And in true Lisa Wingate style, these two stories are starting to kind of merge. I'm not sure how they are merging fully yet, but you're getting little pieces and nuggets of how they're going to come together. I had a little bit higher hopes for it, and maybe I still have 20% to go. Maybe it'll blow me away. I don't know. But just Before We Were Yours by Lisa Wingate's really up there in like my top 5 all-time favorite books. And so it's falling a little short, but I can't expect them to all be fantastic. I'm still truly enjoying it, and I can't wait to finish it hopefully today. I have 20% left. I can do that. But that I'm reading on my tablet. I also just picked up Don't Breathe a Word by Jennifer McMahon. You guys, Jennifer McMahon is like my new creepy best friend, and she's not disappointing. So this follows dual timelines. I feel like that's all I've been saying is dual timelines. So we have something happened 15 years ago, and then we have present day investigating kind of the secrets behind what happened 15 years ago. With Jennifer McMahon, you need to keep an open mind because this book deals with fairies, and not the good kind Tinkerbell fairies, creepy fairies who potentially kidnapped a little girl. And they're trying to investigate what happened to Lisa. And so present day, we have Sam, who's Lisa's brother, and Phoebe trying to figure this out. Very creepy. And there's a shadow man who comes up under your bed at night. I'm not sure what that's about. There's a crazy old woman that's like messing with these people's minds. It's insane, as Jennifer McMahon does, because I love it about her. So this one I'm not quite halfway. This one I may not get finished this year. We'll see. And then the kids and I are reading The Vanderbeakers of 141st Street. This is a read along that we're doing with school. I'm actually a couple of chapters behind. But like I said, I mean, we have less than 100 pages to go, like 60 pages to go. We'll easily finish this before the end of the year. This is such a sweet, sweet book, and it follows the Vanderbeaker children. It's 5 days before Christmas, and their landlord, who lives above them in a brownstone in Harlem, is not renewing their lease, and so they have to move. And these 5 kids are trying to figure out how to change the mind of, what's his name? Starts with a B. I always want to say the Burmeister because that's what I think of. Right? What's his name? The Biederman. Gotta change his mind. So it's super cute. They're just, their ideas of what they're coming up with is fun. And I know that there's a second book, which I'm equally excited to read with them. So we're gonna finish the Vanderbeakers for sure. So that's what's kind of where we're going the rest of the month. What do I have in store for January? I don't even know. I shouldn't say that. I have 1 book in store. I do plan on picking up Lovely War by Julie Berry. I'm gonna buddy read this with Candace and Sarah. Sarah sent me this because she lost the bet. You shouldn't bet against the Packers. I mean, she learned. Anyways, I don't even know what it's about. The perilous days of World War I and World War II, the gods held the fates and the hearts of 4 mortals in their hands. So must follow 4 women. 4 people. Hazel, James, Aubrey, and Colette. I don't know what it's about. I don't care. It's historical fiction. It's a beautiful cover, and I'm going to read it with some really amazing ladies. So we're going to pick that up in the beginning of January, and that's kind of my only plan. I don't have any plans from there. I'm not I don't know. I make a Goodreads goal, which my goal is going to be 50 books again, because I try not to make it to the point where I'm going to be obsessed over it and choosing other books just to get through them faster in order to make my Goodreads goal. I have loose goals of just reading what's on my shelf and staying up with book club. So that's kind of where we're at for my December reads, kind of my January plans. Nothing exciting other than I plan on reading some good books. So if you read any of these, comment below. You know I would like to chat about them. Otherwise, like, subscribe, and I will see you again next time. Bye.